What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the most controversial film of the year, and it is Ghostbusters. Not the 1984 classic, the 2016 reboot. This movie's directed by Paul Feig, who's known for directing great comedies like Spy, Bridesmaids, and The Heat, and it stars great women like Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, Leslie Jones, and Chris Hemsworth. Who is not a female? Let me make that clear. So what is the plot to the reboot of Ghostbusters? I can't really explain it any other way, guys. You got 4 female scientists, well, 3 female scientists, excluding one of them, including all 4 of the women I mentioned earlier. They're all smart, they think that ghosts are real, and everybody in New York doesn't believe these women. As they go in New York City and track down all of these ghosts, they find out there's this guy who has this big portal of ghosts, and if they release them, it's going to bring havoc to the city, and so it does, and so all of the Ghostbusters, they have to defeat them and save New York City. And it's the same exact plot from the original. So when it comes to Ghostbusters, guys, I'm a huge fan. I really like the original 1984 classic of Ghostbusters. I think I saw it when I was like 10 years old. I barely even remember it, but I did remember having a great time watching that movie. And then you have the completely forgettable sequel, which no one even remembers. And then you got the female rebooted version. And when you see this cast, it's all women. That's what kind of makes this movie controversial. And I was really interested to see how this movie was going to play out. Looking at the thumbnail, guys, you're probably expecting me to hate on this movie. You guys thought I hate it, and now I'm going to do a big time rant on it. But after watching this reboot of Ghostbusters, guys, I kind of enjoyed it. This movie, by any means, guys, is not perfect, but I did end up enjoying it at the end. So I have some very interesting positives and negatives, guys, and I'm going to jump right into them. First, I want to talk about the performances in the movie, and I was really impressed with the performances. Let's start with the female Ghostbusters, first with Melissa McCarthy. And me, myself, I am not the biggest fan of Melissa McCarthy. I don't find her funny at times, but she has done some good comedies with Paul Feig. And in this movie, I kind of found her okay and funny at times, but again, I'm not the biggest fan of her, but she did good what she was given. I really like Kristen Wiig's character in this movie. She's probably my second favorite in the movie. I really liked her character a lot. She brought a good amount of seriousness and comedic humor in the movie, and she's just a funny woman overall. If you watch her in SNL, you will just be dying of laughter, and her character does that in the movie. Kate McKinnon at times is funny, and you're going to be on and off with her character. She may be trying too much, but I kind of liked her character and her sense of humor. She seemed like she was having a fun time playing it, and Kate McKinnon did a good job. Guys, my favorite out of these 4 women has to be Leslie Jones. Now, watching the trailers, I thought she was going to be the most annoying character in this entire movie, but she really wasn't. Leslie Jones is a very funny woman, and she did a good job. All 4 of these women together make a great team. They have great comedic chemistry with each other, and at times it worked and at times it didn't. But in the end, it worked for me. I wanted to say this for last. All 4 of the women were good, but the best performance in this movie is Chris Hemsworth. I cannot believe how funny he is in this movie, guys. I could not stop laughing at how dumb his character is. It was so awesome. Great job, Chris Hemsworth. I do want to say, guys, when I watched these first 2 trailers, I thought this movie was not going to be funny at all. I thought all the jokes were not going to work, and it was just going to be bad all around. But I can say the jokes, 85% of the time, they are funny. The action sequences in the movie were really entertaining. They're well shot, the visuals looked good, and the last half of the movie is where all the action gets really good and entertaining. And so that's a thing that really surprised me. The visuals did look good, and it's awesome. I also really like the soundtrack in this movie. There's a lot of throwback songs to the original Ghostbusters, and my good friend was telling me this. The intro of this movie is really good. I love the opening song, the titles, and it'll bring back so much nostalgia with the original Ghostbusters. It was so good. However, guys, it totally sounds like I am praising the new Ghostbusters movie, but this movie is not a great movie by any means. It's definitely not a terrible movie. It's not an abomination, but there are negatives in this movie that I saw from the trailers, and let's jump right into them. I did feel that some of the jokes from the female characters, a lot of them were taking it way too far. I would say 15% of the jokes in this movie were either sexist and racist. And that's a thing I saw in the trailers, and I didn't find it funny. I think people are definitely going to be disappointed by it, and it really just bogged down the movie for me of how much those jokes didn't work. Also, I just want to say there's a villain in this movie, and I don't even remember his name. He's just completely forgettable. But what I'm saying is, why is there even a villain in this movie? The villain in this movie is completely wasted. He really does nothing, and it really drags the movie down. He didn't have to be in it, and you could have just had the ghosts be the villains. It's just really stupid. Finally, guys, my biggest problem with this movie is that there are so many awful cameos in this movie. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys once you see the movie. It's just not good. It's dry. They all look so bored to be in this movie, and it dragged the movie so much. I think you would have gotten a better movie if those cameos weren't in the movie at all. Then it would have been so much better. In the end, guys, despite all those flaws, this movie did end up satisfying me at the end. I did have a fun time with it. It is a great popcorn comedy blockbuster, and you either like the movie or you don't like it. That's up to you guys. On my rating scale, I'm going to give the new Ghostbusters reboot a 3.5 out of 5 stars. The only reason I can't give it a 4 is because of those cameos. Alright guys, that was my review for the new Ghostbusters reboot. What were your guys' thoughts on the movie? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Thank you guys as always for watching this review, and if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe today for more content. Before I close the video out, guys, I just want to let you know that part 2 of my Bourne review series with Virtual Tyler, the Bourne Supremacy, that review is done. It should be up tonight. I will put the link of that video in the description of this video and on my social media. I cannot wait for you guys to see that review. It is going to be awesome. Next week is going to be very busy. I have reviews for Star Trek Beyond, Lights Out, and the Bourne Ultimatum on my channel. I can't wait for you guys to see those videos. All my social media links are in the description down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!